What if you have no time to trade the New York AM session? Or what if the New York AM session is super ugly, but there's still so many targets that we can trade towards? There is where the PM session model comes in. And this video, I'm going to show you the two highest probability approaches towards the New York PM session. We are in layer 13 of the technicals part of the trader pyramid. No time to waste. Let's go. In episode 7 of the Futures Mentorship, we talked about kill zones. We have the Asia kill zone, London, New York AM. This video is focused on the PM session. And the PM session runs from 1:30 till 4 p.m. The highest probability window, the so-called silver bullet window, is between 2 and 3 p.m. What a coincidence that it's also the start of a new 4-hour candle on NASDAQ. And it also means the 10 a.m. game framework can be applied to the 2 p.m. candle as well. It's just the next 4-hour candle. But more on this later. And before we dive deeper into the slides, I want to show you an expectation for trading the New York PM session. Because the New York Open gives most of the entries during the week, and the PM session is just an extra. You rarely get a decent trade every single trade day of the week. The boxes you're seeing are all the kill zones. It's an indicator called ICT kill zones and pivots. And if you add that in the settings, you can copy my settings. Asia from 8 till midnight, London from 2 to 5, New York AM from 8:30 till 11, and PM session from 1:30 till 4. So screenshot this if you want to add this indicator to your chart. And I want your eyes to go to the purple boxes. So here is Monday, very small range PM session, not an entry. Here, very small, not an entry. Here, definitely an entry. Maybe an entry, no entry. See how small that box is, the purple box? Very nice PM session. Here, 3 PM session in a row. Very small, very nice, very small. If we zoom out more, you see that the PM session not always gives a nice entry, but when it does, it's amazing. And let me show you now how to anticipate getting a very nice PM session instead of a very ugly PM session. There's two different models. Before we go into the models, remember that the PM range is smaller than the New York AM session on average, so don't swing for the fences, take your base hits, and time plays a massive role into this. Because there's an overlay between the New York AM session, New York lunch, and then the PM session. Model 1 is a continuation. It's activated when the draw is not hit yet, so price continues the 10 a.m. game move towards the target that is still not being hit. We'll go over this example in a second. And the second model is the retracement model, where we go from external range liquidity when that draw is already hit and price goes back into the range. And what are the invalidation points for both trades? When not to trade, when there's no clear draw on liquidity and there's no clear structure. Make sure you write these two down because that will save you a lot of losses trading the PM session. Let's go over the continuation model. It is basically a continuation from the 10 a.m. game. If you don't know what the 10 a.m. game is, it's my most profitable entry model. I've been trading for multiple years now. That got me towards full-time trading. The first episode of the Futures Mentorship is about the 10 a.m. game. If you look at this chart, look at the 50-minute time frame. There was already an SMT with ES. Then there was a 5 and 50-minute fair value gap. And our eyes now need to go towards here. This is the New York Open. And you might wonder, New York Open, you're trading the PM session. Yes, but we need to use the previous price action from New York AM, from London, from Asia to see is there still a trade available. So let's zoom in on this price action from the New York Open. Here we look at that same price action on the 5 minutes and there is no entry here, the New York Open. So when you traded the 10 a.m. game here, there was not a clean entry because it's consolidating here. So we did do a small liquidity sweep at the New York Open at 11 a.m. here, but then we didn't displace away. It was just not very clean. So that means if there's still a drawn liquidity open, which there was a 50-minute fair value gap, there was a 1-hour fair value gap, there was old highs, and we had, go to the previous slide, we had bullish structure because it's a reversal structure, SMT, key level. So we're expecting price to trade at least somewhere towards here. That's our daily bias. So seeing that, fast forward to the PM session, we start displacing higher, a massive green candle, probably a news event or a tweet. At 1:25 p.m., you see displacement, the start of the PM session, and the structure is there because we have a liquidity sweep, we have a structure shift, there now is displacement, leaving a fair value gap, and we have clear targets. So there is a high probability model appearing here. And now let's see how we can execute on this idea because we have the target here, but the price already moved away, so FOMO can play a role. Let me share a framework on how to remove FOMO and just trade a very clean 1-minute structure. Here we look at that same price action on the 1-minute time frame. Looking at the time, it's the PM session where we're now trading in. And my rule is with a big fair value gap, like we see here, massive, we don't want our stop loss to be all the way below here, right? Because then our whole risk to reward is getting destroyed. Ideally, we want our stop loss to be somewhere in the fair value gap and then our target somewhere here to have a nice 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4. So for that, I drop to the 1-minute time frame and wait for displacement from that level. I want to see aggressive sells, aggressive buys, the V-shaped recovery inside that level where I'm hoping to see movement from. That's of course the massive fair value gap. If we fast forward to 2 p.m., the highest probability window, we have aggressive sells, aggressive buys. In that area, the V shape in the key area, we leave 2 fair value gaps. My rule is if there's 2 fair value gaps, I like to take my entry in the first one, in this one, and my stop loss covers the other one. So of course, ideally below this low, but also below this fair value gap. Here is where you can put your stop. Both is good. It's up to you, up to trader discretion. And then entry in the first fair value gap, stop below the low, target that 15 and 1 hour fair value gap, and see how clean this PM session model is. The delivery was very slow at the start. That's why I just need to hold and just wait, and then price goes to your target. And on the 1 minute, this looks nice because we have a liquidity sweep, structure shift with this candle, multiple fair value gaps. So the structure was there from a key level. And if we zoom out here, look at what we traded back to the 15-minute time frame. We did a 1 minute time frame execution on the 50-minute structure. And this was the low that was created. To come back to my point about risk to reward, you don't want your risk to reward to be all the way down here, right? Because then your whole risk to reward is very ugly. With using the 1 minute structure, we allowed ourselves to have a higher risk to reward because we're just waiting for the aggressive sells, aggressive buys in the key level, the overlapping 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and 1 minute for value. This first model is super nice when there is a clear draw on liquidity. If you don't know how to find your draw on liquidity, I discussed this in a previous mentorship episode, but if the draw on liquidity is hit, there is not much to do for this exact model. That's why we also need to talk about the second model, and that is the retracement model. That is when the draw on liquidity is already hit and we trade back into the range. So we go from external range liquidity to internal range liquidity. We're looking at the Sunday low here and looking at the time. This is New York open territory, and we are going to try to find a trade in the PM session. So this Sunday low, if you zoom in on this price action, is now right here. We're now looking at the 5 minute time frame, and also I want your eyes to go to the time of day. We are inside the PM session, the high probability area here. And what do we see? There is accumulation, manipulation, and potential distribution. So the AMD, the power of 3 from the daily bias framework. There's a liquidity sweep. There's aggressive sells, aggressive buys. There's a fair value gap for entry. There's a structure shift, and we have a clear draw on liquidity. If we zoom out again, it was this fair value gap. So we trade from external to internal. That's the bias. Now let's see if that comes and how we can execute on it. So with the model there, this is how you can execute. You can do 2 things here. I would say entry in the fair value gap, stop below the low, or stop below the fair value gap. If you want a high risk reward, you can do the below the fair value gap, but sometimes it comes back there and stops you out before the real move. That is up to you if you're willing to have a higher risk to reward and be okay with being stopped out sometimes. If you don't like that, put your stop below the low for 1 to 2, target the 1 hour fair value gap, and then price goes to the target. And that is how you trade the retracement model. So the key takeaways for trading PM session is that time is a very important factor. It's a smaller range than the New York AM session. The draw on liquidity is the deciding factor. Look at what draws on liquidities are there. If it's already been hit, go for the retracement model. If it's not hit yet, go for the continuation model. So read the draw on liquidity, pick your model, retracement or continuation, and then target base hits. And there you have it, layer 13 of the technicals part of the trader pyramid. If you got value from this video, make sure you like it, share it with a trading friend, and make sure you subscribe to not miss out on any of the 35 episodes here on this futures mentorship. PDFs and frameworks from this episode and all the other episodes are inside the description and also inside my free Discord. The next episode's video is now on the screen. It's going to build on top of what we discussed today, so make sure to check it out right now. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one.